Have you spoken with Stell Parker Selby?
No, I have not.
Why not?
I have reached out by email, but I have not called or visited.
Why not?
Just the family had requested from the beginning. They'd requested their privacy, and so just wanted to respect that.
Don't you think now, all the way into this session, it's concerning though that you haven't spoken with her in person or on the phone?
But this is day 35 of session of 42 days that we're in session here in the state of Delaware, and unfortunately she's been absent because of her health for the last 35 days that we've been in session.
But don't you think it's concerning that you haven't been able to speak with her yourself?
I haven't picked up the phone and called. I have reached out by email, but we've been concerned about her health and hoping that she can recover.
But why haven't you called her?
I'm just respecting the family's privacy.
At a certain point, do you think she needs to step down?
I think, according to our state law, there's no provision to remove a legislator except for just the causes which we've talked about, and primarily being death. And so the decision to step down is the representative's decision at this point.
Do you think she should step down?
I don't know what her health is, but it's very concerning that we've been here since January and she's not been able to come back into the building. And it's been 35 days.
Do you think she should step down, yes or no?
I believe that she should step down.
Will you be calling for her official, stepping down or resignation as the Republican Party?
I'm not personally, calling for her to step down. Again, it's her decision. I've known Stell and her family for many, many years, and she's always been a reasonable person, and only her and her doctors and her immediate family really know her condition. And I guess my concern is that if she's not able to perform the duty in which she's elected, then she has to make that decision to step aside so that the people of the 20th District can have fair representation and a vote in the Delaware General Assembly.
But you did just say you do think she should step down.
If she can't perform at the duties, and as of now, the last 35 session days, she hasn't been able to be here.
What is your message for the people of the 20th District? I know it is not your district, but what is your message to the people who feel forgotten because no one has voted on their behalf in the House?
I think it's important that they reach out to other legislators, to email, to call, to let them know if their needs are not being met. I know that some of our legislators that live nearby have gotten calls. I know that some of the former legislators that are retired now have gotten calls from people in the district because phone calls are not being returned, emails are not being returned or responded to. And so there has been a sense of frustration, and I would just encourage them that if they're not getting what they're needed by the representation, to continue to reach out. They can email me, and we will do our best to make sure that the situation is handled.
In March, you said you have regular conversations with the Speaker. When was the last time you spoke with the Speaker about this issue?
About 25 minutes ago.
And what happened?
They are really, what I've been told from the beginning is that they're waiting for a doctor's approval to clear her to come back. We were hoping that she would be back here in June, and of course we started yesterday and she wasn't here. Today is day 35. I assume that she probably won't be here. We want her to return to health, but if she's not, we need to move forward as a General Assembly. You have a district that really is unrepresented, not just in maybe phone calls or emails, but there's been a no vote on every bill since January.
Why hasn't your party been more vocal in calling for her to resign or be removed?
I think the party has tried to be sensitive to her health needs. Everybody that knows Stell loves Stell, and we've not tried to make this a political move of trying to win a vacant seat. We want the people, though, to be represented. And I think over the last few weeks, there has been just more conversation about it than when it first started. I think when she first missed the first week, everybody was very sensitive. There was hope that she would be coming back. She didn't make it back in January. She didn't make it back in March, April, or May. Now here we're into, after today, we have 7 legislative days left after today. And I'm assuming that she won't be back. And so if she can't be back, it's time for us to move on.
How do we do that?
The only way that we can do that is for the representative to resign, and then the speaker can declare that it's a vacant seat, and then there would be a special election.
So why aren't the Democrats doing that?
I can't answer that. We have had numerous conversations trying to be sensitive to someone who has a health need. With all of us, we can have critical health issues, and that could be any one of us legislators of the 62. And so I think everybody's tried to be sensitive to her family, give her time to recover. But we're just about done with the first leg of the 153rd General Assembly, and that seat has been vacant, has been absent, and we're going to have to move on.
Representative Dukes, it honestly feels though that no one's being sensitive to the 23,000 people who have no vote so far in this General Assembly. How can the people of that district trust your party if there is a special election and if there is a candidate who runs and wins? How can they trust Republicans to fight for them when you haven't called for her to resign yet?
No, we have asked for, going back 2 months ago, we had a press conference. We set out a letter, our party did, asking for a response from the Democrat Party on what is going on. From there, they went down to her house and swore her in. That was in March. We have continued to do interviews. I've never turned down an interview with any media. I can tell you that our chairman of our party has never turned down an interview. He's been responsive to phone calls, text messages, as I have to any of your reporters who have called. We haven't run from the issue. We're trying to be sensitive to humanity, but we do understand that there is a district that is unrepresented, that doesn't have a vote, doesn't have a voice, and we think that it's time that something changes.
So how can the people of the district trust you?
I've been here all year. I show up every day. I'm part of the system. I am working, trying to make things better here in Delaware. I've got a track record of 13 years that I've worked hard for my district, answering the phone calls, answering the emails, answering the text messages, answering the Facebook posts, and I'll continue to do that.
At what point did you decide that it was time for her to resign? What was sort of the timeline of that?
I think for me it was after she was sworn in and then still never came back. And so after we got into April and May, I just felt like that if she's coming back, we would love to have her back. I can tell you, if Stell walked into the General Assembly today, you would have 40 legislators on their feet clapping and cheering to see her. It wouldn't surprise me if the 21 senators didn't come over and join us. That would be a celebration. But if that can't happen, we need to move on with a special election.
Do you think the Democrats are hiding something?
I don't think so. I think that they are really trying to, I think they're trying to protect her, give her time to heal, and give her time to recover, and so that hopefully she can come back.
But they're protecting her and not the 23,000 people who don't have a voice right now.
Yeah, and so those 23,000 people need to send emails, they need to call, they need to express their frustration, their concern, and to let the legislature know, and so that we can move forward.
We've spoken to many viewers who live in the district who say they have not heard a single thing back from Representative Parker Selby or her office specifically. We tried to visit her office yesterday. We were not allowed back there. Isn't that concerning?
Well, I think the legislators' private office is their private office.
But legislators work for taxpayers.
I understand. But, I don't understand why you would want to go to her office when you know she's not there.
I want to go to her office so I can see that there is someone working there, because no one from our team has heard from her office, who we are told is responding to calls and emails and helping constituents, but we have heard nothing.
Yeah. No, my point is her office is going to be empty because she's not there. So the person you would need to talk to would be her legislative assistant.
And he wouldn't be back there, or she wouldn't be back there?
I don't know how their offices are set up. It's a little different than ours. We have like a large bullpen, and the legislative assistants all sit in one particular area, but of course my office is located on the other side of the hall, so my legislative assistant is on the other side of the hall. Their legislative offices, I believe, are in 3 or 4 different parts of the building. So I'm not exactly sure how the layout is with the Democrat caucus.
Is there anything else you'd like to add on this issue?
You know, we want the best for Representative Selby. She's had a distinguished career in education and serving on school boards and then elected to the legislature. We want her health. We want her to recover, and we wish her the very best. But if she can't return to the duties, then we need to move on with a special election.
Did she have a stroke?
Yes.
What's your knowledge of her health situation?
I've not been given any personal information. I was just told that she had a stroke. I don't know how severe, how limited, or what the details of it are.
So you don't know yourself, even if she's cognitive?
No.
Is that concerning to you?
No, I mean, I've talked to people who have been to her house and who have talked to her. I haven't talked to her. I haven't seen her. And the family has requested privacy, and so I respected that. And I've not wanted to make this a political maneuver as the leader of the House Republican caucus. I haven't wanted to make her illness a political stunt or statement.
But now you are officially calling for her to resign.
If she can't perform the duties after the first leg of the General Assembly, which ends June 30th, then I think that would be the best thing for the people of the 20th District.
If she's
so they have representation.
So if she's not back by June 30th, you think she should step down?
Yes, I do.